track, pick a time. Any day is fine. Pack a bag, say adieu. Let's sail off, me and you, on another adventure.
We left off last episode on a bit of a defeated and sad note, as I got actual photographic confirmation Ri'dink'ulous was still in the back of the thief's boat and not confiscated by the gendarmeries and or in a caretaker's possession. I was just certain that this new news was going to shy away the couple I had found to help me get Ri'dink'ulous back. These wonderfully kind-hearted St. Martin locals were merely just strangers to me I had found networking on Facebook. But little did I know, Petro and Sophie Jonker were an avid part of the sailing community, and we all know in the sailing community, the true sailors really look out for one another. So while I was sailing south, Sophie was working her magic. She was able to do something I was not able to do, and that was purely just communicate. Sophie spoke fluent French, so she was able to communicate clearly to the gendarmeries what was going on in the situation, and finally, for once, actually get them to understand and get on our side of the story. After the crazy, Ri'dink'ulous roller coasters of twists and turns and dead ends, I could have never imagined the news that this sun setting would bring with it once it rose in the morning. I quite literally had to wipe the tears from my cheeks when I saw the photo of Ri'dink'ulous being towed by the gendarmeries back to Petro, where he then put it on the deck of his boat, cleaned the bottom, and agreed to sail it all the way to Martinique from me, which is half the distance of St. Martin. In this episode, my friend Travis from Buddy Boat Wayward Wind jumps on board another adventure to sail to Martinique and back and catches some pretty awesome another adventure footage with some really nice cameras.
How goes music selecting?
I'm coming up! Definitely picking up.
Yeah.
A bit.
Sounds like a head over here. In a hand is We have dinner! Go, girl.
First there was fish, and then...
Look, they are whales!
Oh my goodness. There's a little whale, but that's definitely some kind of whale.
They might be pilot whales.
They're hunting something there.
Definitely.
They're doing circles. This is nuts. There's whales.
Oh, it's my first whale sighting ever! Ever in all my life other than SeaWorld.
Doesn't count. Wow. How crazy.
So many!
I'm not a whale.
I'd hope not.
And then, less than an hour later, after seeing whales for the first time in my entire life, we saw more whales. And bigger whales. They were so close to the boat that I quickly grabbed a pair of goggles, threw the boat in neutral, and jumped in for a chance to see them in the water and maybe even swim with them. But unfortunately, I think as I was getting in, they were starting to dive down.
Put the throttle in gear.
Back to fishing.
Why I'm so persistent about making mine. Not using the perfectly. So we are anchored here in Martinique. We just got in at 10 a.m. this morning, and we went in to check in with customs, and I've walked over to look at another adventure in the anchorage. And as I'm looking at another adventure, the catamaran right there beyond the green boat has pulled in and anchored directly behind me with my dinghy on board. Ah, my God, it's so exciting! How awesome is that?
What's new with you here today?
I got a Ri'dink'ulous!
The wayward dinghy has found its way home. Yes! Back from the thieving hands of Saint Martin.
The thieving hands of Saint Martin. Jesus. What a ride! What a roller coaster! How ridiculous has this been?
Exceedingly.
What disappeared a decent dinghy with a cover and accessories. Returned home with a hole in the bow, transom damage, and stripped of its cover and accessories, I'm sure to hide its identity. And what was a pristine, one-owner, quarter-pull start motor now has a broken throttle handle, bent shift linkage, takes about a dozen pulls to start, and has also been sanded and maimed to hide its identity. But all that matters is Ri'dink'ulous is finally home, and with a little work she'll be back as good as new. And in other news, here in Martinique another adventure has become a swimming buoy.
We got a golf party!
Oh, it is?
Do you see the smoke coming out of the ears? What do I do next? Where do I clip it? What sound will I use? Should I say something here? Who knows?
Working on a boat is always a dirty job.
Like my anchor polish.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Ooh.
I think we should bottle it up and sell it. On another adventure, I believe that people might pay good money for a little bit of
Anchor goop?
Anchor goop. It's exfoliating.
It is exfoliating. Yeah! Talk to me, Telltale! Talk to me! The random mix is doing a great job.
excited about here this morning?
I got a ridiculous. And 8,000 miles. In 1 more mile. Well, however much of this mile is left. Oh, nice. We're right on the rum line. Another adventure. You did a great job last night. 8,000 miles! How neat is that? That's too cool.
What are we doing?
Trying to catch a 8,000 mile tuna.
Ooh, I bet they taste better.
We got 2 lines out. Well, we're hoping if we get 1 fish, we'll get 2 fish. Maybe a yellow fish, maybe a blue fish. That works. Oh man, that would be great breakfast. We got any fin tuna. I don't care if it's a bonita. Put it in my face. Fishy fishy. Sometimes we shoot fish in the face, sometimes we just hook them in the face.
Putting the rusty spoon out.
Oh, I actually switched the new spoon out for the rusty spoon because the rusty spoon brings home the bacon. It's insane. I have nice new spoons. I can't catch anything on. I got this old rusty spoon, which we'll have to put a clip of just how old, rusty, and dilapidated it is. And it catches everything. It's amazing. Oh, well, look what you're not missing. Look what's in front of us. Look what's in front of us right now.
Ooh.
Eating tuna, catching tuna. Ready. Ready for the lines to go nuts. Now you're down there. The boobies are telling me. Please be a tuna, please be a tuna, please be a tuna, please be a tuna. Tuna!
Fresh caught tuna being turned into delicious sushi here today.
Really roughing it out here on another adventure.
Oh yeah. This is like about 20%.
Yeah. There's still 3.5 fillets down there, or well, I cut it into 4.
And this is half of 1 fillet, so yeah, it's gonna be difficult.
Really tough challenge ahead of us here. It burns so good. Wow.
The power of wasabi in delicious lunch.
Oh goodness.
It's quickly disappearing.
I'm high on tuna. It catches everything. Everything likes this. It doesn't matter what I put in the water next to it. I think we got a Mahi on the way to Martinique. We got a tuna on the way back. And when I was sailing south from Dominica, I caught 2 Mahi and a tuna on the same spoon. I don't get it. It's amazing. But I literally took off a brand new spoon and put this back on because we weren't getting anything. And then we caught fish again. So next time you have a rusty spoon, don't throw it away. The fish like it. Come on down to the rusty spoon where you can go on another adventure.
On another adventure. Jump on in, grab a line. The water's feeling fine. Catch a fish, maybe 2. Let's sail off, me and you, on another adventure. On another adventure. Let's sail off, me and you, on another adventure.